Have you ever wondered what the Chosen One even implies? Like, who's doing the choosing? Is it the Force? Is the Force capable of choice? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevail. We have the Cal Kestis kit. It is available. It is here. It is crazy. It's extremely robust. And we're gonna answer a couple questions here. We're gonna answer: is he a Jedi Master Luke lifter unit? Because Jedi Master Luke needs one, frankly. He could really use one. And so we're all hoping that Cal Kestis is the Chosen One. Is he going to be able to do that? How many Omicrons do we have to put on him? Anyways, like, it's all territory battle Omicrons. It's crazy. This is it's a very interesting kit. And honestly, like, it's also interesting that they're releasing it in such a time that it's looking like maybe 2,000 people will unlock him. Maybe more people will open their wallets, but right now, not that many people are poised for it. I think only like 1,600 right now could unlock him if they wanted to. So we'll have to see with that. I'm not going to make commentary on that too much right now, but for right now, what I do want to do, folks, is say thanks to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. I couldn't do this without you, and you are so appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. Truly. It means the world to me. It helps it so much. You really don't know. And guys, just a reminder, if you want to support this channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that like button, subscribe, comment, help me mount the algorithm. It's gonna be awesome. The calgorithm, even. It's gonna be fun. In fact, it just is fun. Straight up fun. It's good old-fashioned fun for the whole family. To be enjoyed in separate rooms. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so the question is he a Jedi Master Luke lifter? So these are all just kind of elements to that question. And so, I mean, I'm not going to explain the whole kit to you guys, but remember, the way he works is he does a basic every time. Like, he has to do a basic, and then he chooses one of his 3 specials. One of the third special is just not available until he's gotten enough stacks of Impetuous, which is probably a blue effect buff on him, or, I mean, effect, it's not a buff necessarily, but that's essentially what it is. So you're always going to do a basic, then you're going to do one of your specials. Basic, special, basic, special. So the top one here, it talks about during his basic, so he does his basic, he has to do that. But when it's his turn to do the bonus turn, you can only use one of his 3 abilities, one of his 3 stances, whatever you want to call them, configurations, I suppose, is what CG is calling them. You can only do one of those 3. And so it begs the question, first off, if we're looking at it through a Jedi Master Luke lens, can he even call people to assist with Jedi Master Luke's lead ability at all? Maybe during his basic, but it looks like, by the wording at least, that he's not going to be able to call people during his bonus turn. And I don't know if you want to anyways. They're just too impactful to really ignore. And so, as a Jedi Master Luke lifter, it's like, well, you can't even interact with that one. I mean, people can call him to assist, which is important, and leads us to the second one here. You also get riposte, which is frankly amazing. So you can see I put the text on what riposte even is. You can find it on the Count Dooku kit, but whenever he attacks outside of his turn, that all of his attacks ignore protection, and which is just pretty fantastic, because Jedi Master Luke, can call people to assist, especially in 5v5. 3v3 especially, it's not going to be that effective, but it's pretty nice to be able to call someone to assist with Jedi Master Luke, and have them just ignore protection entirely. That's super nice. You get it for 2 turns, though remember, 2 turns isn't what it really sounds like, because you'll get your basic, and then you get a bonus turn, and you just shake it off immediately. So it's not as impactful. You need it for like 4 turns for it to actually make that big of a difference. So you get riposte, and then you're not just like good for a while. You're good for until such time that Cal takes another turn, which who knows how fast he's going to be or whatever, but he is just going to be sitting there like you. So you can call, so it's like, okay, well maybe we'll just sit on special 2 for a while because riposte seems really strong, and we'll just keep spamming that because I think you can just keep staying in special 2. But I guess the biggest issue would be you only get it if he doesn't already have that configuration, which you can see underlined there. If Jedi Knight Cal doesn't have configuration dual wield at the start of his turn, then he gains riposte. All this other stuff too, but I mean that boils down to he doesn't get it unless he's claiming that stance, that configuration new, like freshly. Like, so you're gonna have to go to, like, you go to special 2, and then you go to special 1, and then you go to special 2 again, and you can get riposte again, like a second time. And so I mean that's a little bit tricky. So riposte is nice, but you're only gonna have it for a handful of turns. It's not something you should probably rely on your entire strategy for. Like, it's maybe you can wrap your entire strategy around it, but like calling him to assist, super nice. I agree, wonderful. And it's only gonna last for basically 1 turn until he has to switch his stances, in which case riposte will disappear, and you'll just be left with existential dread and despair, I hope. Now, unique, there are some pretty nice things here. So, what are Jedi ally? Like, they're immune to cooldown manipulation from enemies, and when people are feared, they just gain damage immunity, which is interesting, because when they have fear, like, you can dispel buffs with on characters who have fear, which might include damage immunity, but I don't really remember exactly the interaction one way or another, though. They also gain 60% turn meter, which in a lot of cases is just going to be enough to essentially just reset that Jedi. And that's as on as unique, so it doesn't have to be the lead or anything. I mean, it's nice to be able to counter things with fear, things with cooldown manipulation, but like, you're not really facing a whole lot of Sith. Like, that's not really what you're looking for with Jedi Master Luke. So what it really sounds to me more like, it's more like a Jedi Knight Revan lifter. There's a few different things, but first off, if you want to get that Insta Kill, that we're going to talk about, we'll kind of map out how you get the Insta Kill, but it is pretty nice. Like, first off, the first special that he has, he's giving all these buffs to his team. Like, I'm kind of cutting out a lot of that stuff. The kid is so robust that if we try to focus on everything, we'll just miss everything. Like, there's just too much going on. But suffice to say, like, tons of really useful buffs, like relevant, strong buffs are happening. He's getting stronger. He's probably going to be pretty hard hitting, as I'm guessing, at least in some of the stances. And Jedi Revan probably really digs that. He does like it. But the thing that's really nice about it is when a special 1, he can just Cal just gives a target Jedi a bonus turn. In which case, Jedi Revan could reciprocate and just trade turn meter with Cal, which, I mean, is just going to escalate things and make him get his turns a lot faster. And then, honestly, like, you don't take Jedi Master Luke to kill Malgus, and I don't know about you, but I don't regret that he can't kill Malgus. For the most part, the two just don't really mix. And I mean, he can kill Malgus. I'm gonna get all these comments saying, like, hey, hey, dummy, he can kill Malgus. In 3s, you time out most of the time. A lot of, like, if it's Malgus with Darth Revan because of all the fear and everything. But sure, like, so he can kill Malgus in 5v5. I don't know if that's the best use. Like, a lot of times you can just time out. Frankly, like, it's just kind of a mess. And honestly, sure, Cal will probably help Jedi Master Luke kill Malgus, but my thought is probably Jedi Revan, who's already kind of knocking on that door anyways, especially, the Jedi Knight Luke comp with that lead and everything. Jedi Revan does a really credible job as well, and, with Jedi Luke there and Mace and all of that, it just seems like maybe this is just the Malgus counter we're looking for, because then you just one-shot Malgus with Cal, and then Jedi Master Luke is free to just roam the halls and do his thing. I don't know which halls. I don't know what that even means exactly, but it must be nice. Probably. Okay, so how does the Insta Kill work? Just real quick breakdown of this, guys. So you can't use it. So you get it in Special 3, and you only get it once per encounter. So if you're in a territory battle, for instance, you can only use it during Wave 1 once and during Wave 2 one time. You can't do it on both, which is fine. Just keep in mind you can use it in territory battles twice, which that's gonna be relevant, I think. But then you can't just swap back to another one and then go back to it. Anyways, you get 5 stacks of Impetuous every time you switch to a different special, and then in his unique he gets another 5 stacks, so you get up to 30. That means that on your first turn with Cal, he's going to do a special, you just say Special 1, for instance. You don't have to do it in this order. I'm not advising that specifically, but this is the path you get there. So you do Special 1 for 5 stacks, and you get 5 more for his unique. I don't know why they didn't just say 10 on the Special 1 or something, but that's how it works. That's how it's worded. Then you go to turn 2, he does a second special for another one to get to 20. Turn 3, he'll get up to 30, which will unlock the Special 3, in which case he can just insta-kill something. So it's kind of nice. It's not something that, you'll only do that once to Reva, for instance. So, but you can ignore taunt with him. So you could kill a Grand Inquisitor if you're still alive, if you've just taken a pounding for that long. But with the turn meter swapping with Revan seems pretty strong, to be honest, especially because he's handing the turn meter he's handing bonus turns to Revan. He's also calling Revan to assist sometimes, which if they're marked by Revan, he's getting more turn meter, so much turn meter going on here. So the insta-kill looks good. It's not going to be as instantaneous. You're just going to have to wait a solid 4 turns. I don't think there's a way to game it so that you can just somehow get all of his stacks of Impetuous before his 4th turn. He has to take 4 turns total, and that'll be great. The good news is he can't be stunned and he can't be feared, so he's not going to miss any turns. I guess he's still probably susceptible if you're in the situation, which who knows if that's even going to be plausible, but Thrawn could hold him prisoner, or Hondo for that matter. You can kind of lock him up for that, but you can't fear him or stun him, at least. Now, what do you want from Jedi Master Luke? What are the things you're trying for him? Because right now, I'm just having him beat up lesser teams. He's barely a galactic legend. He's yeah, we kind of kill stuff, and hopefully you would help to lose a ton of banners. But it's okay, what do you really want from, if you have a lifter unit, what do you hope you get from that? And so you probably, the answer is you want to kill other galactic legends consistently, right? I don't know why I put Supreme Leader Kylo on the end there. I think just to give Jedi Master Luke a win and a little bit of a boost to his self-esteem, because the poor guy probably really needs it, instead of Yoda just setting his trees on fire and cackling at him as Force Ghost. He's you can't even do anything to me, I'm just gonna mock you. We'll give him a win. Supreme Leader Kylo, he kills Kylo already. You don't need a lifter unit to do that. Against Jabba, you still need 4 turns to be able to instant kill Boosh, and otherwise Boosh still shuts down your ability to call assists for another 3 turns. It takes a really long time, in which case that's what Jedi Master Luke just doesn't work against Jabba very easily. Maybe Cal helps with that, but the insta kill on someone is just not going to be super crazy helpful, to be honest, just because how long it takes him to get a turn. Or get to take 4 turns for that matter. And meanwhile, Boosh will have thrown, like, her arm must be tired by now from perpetually just hucking grenades at people's faces. Jedi Master Kenobi, you already beat him for the most part. I mean, I know that there's certainly, like, currently there's the thick cron or whatever you people are calling it, but it's so it's going to be tougher for him to kill Kenobi, but for the most part, depending on the Datacron situation, he already kills Kenobi, so there's not a big deal. Against Rey, so pretty nice to have Riposte here. Even for a couple turns, Riposte just probably bludgeons them because they have all this bonus protection and their health pool is not that high. And then once you get the instant kill, you can just take out someone dear to them, like Jedi Training Rey. Seems wonderful. Like, I do think he boosts Jedi Master Luke's chances of killing Rey by quite a bit. So, I mean, there is that. Against Kylo, we've already talked about that. Against Lord Vader, I just don't know if he's going to do that much for him. Like, he does armor shred one time every once in a while. That's nice. He can target outside of taunt, but he can't just ignore. He can't ignore, like, the we can't ignore Maul, for instance, or his stealth. So, like, he doesn't stop Maul's barrage, and then Lord Vader gets his ultimate really quick, and then it's just a mess. You're not gaining, like, all this bonus turn meter because you have all these dots on us. He cleanses sometimes. He does some cool stuff. I don't think he helps against Lord Vader too terribly much. I mean, sure, like, having one instant kill from him would be nice. It probably boosts Jedi Master Luke's stock a little bit there, but I don't know if I'd really want to gamble on that, depending on which Datacron set it is. Maybe. So, I don't really think that he's a lifter for Jedi Master Luke, guys. Like, he looks cool enough for Jedi Master Luke. There's some cool elements, certainly. But Jedi Master Luke doesn't want to kill Malgus anyways. That's not the thing he's interested in. I think he wants to kill these other galactic legends, and Cal kind of facilitates that, but, like, I don't think that's what they need, frankly. You know, at least that's my analysis, guys. So the question now becomes, which Omicrons does he want to use? So my answer is, I think you want the lead and special one, and you guys can read them for yourselves, but the biggest thing is the special one. I just put them in order in which you find them when you read the kit. Stun all enemies for 1 turn, like that's so crazy. So remember, this is the context of getting to Zepho. We don't know how difficult Zepho stuff is going to be, but to unlock that node, you're going to be fighting on Baraka, and Baraka's the one with all of the troopers, all the death troopers and Inquisition and stuff, and they all hit super hard, they all assist, and they all have a ton of stacks on them. And so it's nice, the special one, because you can bounce back and forth between special 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and eventually like 3 and then 1, but like special 1 is just going to be nice because you just stun all the enemies for a turn and you put armor shred on all of them, which is super nice. Now, special 3, it's just not as good because you don't have special 3 as long. I mean, it's still probably fine, but I don't think it looks as amazing as the leadership I think is going to be necessary for this, though, guys, if I'm reading it right. So remember, this impetus stuff is really, impetuous is it's cool to have it, but remember, it doesn't persist. It, like, if you read through the kits, it says it just sticks with them throughout the encounter, which is not the entire battle, which means he would lose all stacks of impetuous when he gets to wave 2. And one of the big problems in wave 2 is the Inquisitor that's there, and you need to take that Inquisitor out as quickly as possible, and you just can't really. Like, if you can't kill that Inquisitor after a couple turns, the Inquisitor just murders you, and that's why the mission is so impossible. So if he loses all his stacks of impetuous going into there, he's not going to get them fast enough to just instant kill that Inquisitor. And so I think that that's going to be just really strong. Also, defeated enemies can't be revived, so all of those stacks on the troopers are just going to be insignificant. So I think right now my inclination is lead and special 1, wait for special 3. But let me know what you guys think. I would be curious to know what your thoughts are on this kit. What's necessary? Is he actually a lifter unit? What am I forgetting, guys? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.